Alright, against the odds, playing some Psychogenic Probe here in Modern. This deck should be interesting. Not sure that it'll work, but it should be interesting. Wow, double probe? Alright, we might be doing it. I don't know what's happening. Everflowing Chalice X1. Alright, well, against the odds mirror. Who plays Everflowing Chalice in Modern? Crucible of Worlds. And Steam Vents. Well, that's Psychogenic Probe and Swamp. Pass the turn, leave up our surgical extractions. Another Chalice. So let's Beseech the Queen. Thoughtseize. Yeah, it's probably safest. Take 4 damage, unfortunately. We are probing ourselves. Swamp. Thoughtseize our opponent. Take... yeah, I guess we just take Liliana anyway. And just pass the turn for now. Thoughtseize, Damnation, Tech Edge. Basically a dead card. Play another Swamp. Pass the turn. Another Tech Edge. Wouldn't mind drawing a Ghost Quarter. Opponent is going to Inquisition. Alright, we'll let Inquisition go. Takes our Bitter Ordeal. I think we're just going to extract the Inquisition. So, extract Inquisition. We get to... they have Damnation, Dismember, Terminate. What is going on in this deck? Ooh, Chandra Flamecaller. This deck is spicy. This is like Super Friends. 2 Karns, more Lilianas, Obnixilis. Well, I guess that's as good as it gets. Also deal 4 damage. Come on, something good. Ghost Quarter is not bad. Ghost Quarter, hit the Blood Crypt. If our opponent searches, they take 4 more. And then Surgical Extraction on the Blood Crypt. How many basics do they have? 3 swamps, a mountain, and an island. Well, we are close. We need to make our opponent shuffle twice more before we die. Slag Heap. So our opponent's on 3 removal spells. We know that much. Alright, let's just cast. Sadistic Sacrament. Get to search our opponent's library for 3 cards, exile them. If we kick it, you get to search for 15 cards instead. So what are the cards we are most scared of? The 2 Chandras are pretty scary. And then, I guess maybe a Karn or Nicole Bolas. I guess Nicole Bolas is more scary. So get rid of the 2 Chandras. Get rid of Nicole Bolas. Probe our opponent to 4. Alright, we're one draw away from doing this. On our very first try. Oh my god. Did they draw a Karn? Looks like a Karn. Yep. What does our opponent do with it? Hits a Psychogenic Probe. Well, now we're further away. Oh, and we would have drawn it too. Alright, let's pass. See if our opponent just ticks down again. If they top deck that Karn at the perfect moment, after the Sadistic Sacrament. Oh my lord. Alright, they tick it up. So now we are a Ghost Quarter away from winning. A Psychogenic Probe away from winning. Snaring Bridge doesn't do much. Jeez. Problem is now they can exile the other Psychogenic Probe. Oh man. Oh man. Alright, well, sure. We would rather be doing this with a with a probe on the battlefield, but hey, never-ending torment. We get to exile 2 cards, Karn and Obnixilis. They might actually have to restart the game with Karn. They exile a Ghost Quarter, so they're going after their own stuff now with Karn. We get to target our opponent again, exile 2 more. Obnixilis and Thoughtseize. Pass the turn. They exile a Liliana from their hand. Alright, we get to copy this again. Exile Liliana, Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize. We can't cast anything because of this epic ability. That's part of the deal with wherever it is. Never-ending Torment. We can't cast cards for the rest of the game. Opponent exiles a Bloodstained Mire from their hand, so they're still taking up Karn. I guess they're just going to wait as long as possible to restart the game. Well, this is interesting. Not how we really plan to play it out. So let's take Loot House, Cure Keep, and 2 basics. Pass the turn. Exiles one of their own lands. Alright, we get to exile 5 this time. We will take all lands, I believe. And we'll take the Crucible too. I don't know why they're not exiling our lands. Land, 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 and land. Alright, well they gotta restart the game this turn. This is the turn, or else we exile them out. Game is restarted. Opponent gets a Liliana and some lands. Guess we keep this. Whoa. Oh. That's awesome, actually. Starting with double... I forgot to exile our Psychogenic Probes. That actually works in our favor. So we discard Ensnaring Bridge. Our opponent discards a Dismember. We will play a Swamp, pass the turn. I guess it depends on their hand. If they just have a really quick Karn, we're going to have a hard time beating this anyway. We'll discard a Swamp. Opponent discards the Detrivore. Alright, play a Swamp, pass the turn. Opponent's going to Thoughtseize. Let's get rid of the Dismembers. Not that they really matter. We get to see our opponent's hand, though. Oh, they do have a Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can play Karn this turn, maybe? Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to beat it. We would need a really great string of running draws for this to work. And they're about ready to Ultimate Liliana. Well, they take 4 from cracking their fetch. Still, we're going to be close to empty-handed. We're going to have to run incredibly well. So we're one damage away from just being able to play 2 extirpate effects and win. Alright, they exile a land from our hand. We discard. Extirpate. Alright, land. Crucible. Ship the turn. Ultimate Liliana. Well, we got to keep the lands, because if we keep the others, they'll just exile the Crucible with Karn. They Ghost Quarter us for no reason. I mean, I guess we take 4, but we're at such a high life total, and their deck can't really pressure us very easily. Pumps up Karn, targeting themselves. Are they just going to try to Karn again? Well, let's Thoughtseize. 2 lands in hand. Pumps up Karn, taking another... Oh, taking a Coalition Relic. Play another Probe. They really draw something else. If they drew a Chandra, then yeah. We're pretty much dead now. Exiles a land, pumps up Chandra. Our opponent doesn't even seem to be trying to win, so maybe we can punish them. Can't cast Beseech the Queen. Exiles a land. Now they decide to start attacking. Yeah, we're dead. They can kill us with Chandra. Oh my lord. That was really disappointing. Well, good news is we got a lot of action for this. Get to get rid of Dismembers, which are bad, which means we might need to keep Inquisitions, and try it like that. Alright, game 2. This hand should be able to punish our opponent. Duress. Yeah, just get rid of the Thoughtseize with Duress. Inquisition takes... Yeah, we'll just take Liliana. Pass the turn. There's a Probe. Alright, so we're gonna Probe. Opponent Slag Heaps. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. We're gonna hold off on this Needle if we can. See what we exile. Crucible isn't too scary. Another Needle. Oh, we can Needle all the Planeswalkers. Let's Sadistic Sacrament. We get to take 3 cards. Ooh, Keranos. Well, I think we take Keranos, because that gets around Needle. They don't have any... Oh, they have 2 Vandal Blasts. Vandal Blast, Vandal Blast. Opponent takes 2. Then we can Cranial Extraction one of the Planeswalkers, Pithing Needle the 2 other Planeswalkers, and then I have a hard time imagining our opponent being able to win this game. Yeah, they get to take a Needle. Slows us down a bit. Ghost Quarter. I guess we just Pithing Needle on Karn. Delta. Cracks it. And it looks like they just peel the Chandra. Okay. Just an Everflowing Chalice. Another Needle. Well, Chandra. Flame Caller. Storing up some mana. Man, we're really close to getting our opponent locked. We need 1 more land. We need the Cranial Extraction, Ob Nixilis, and then Bitter Ordeal, Nicole Bolas. And then I think we have every one of their threats covered. Well, they can't just keep cracking their Delta for too long. We just Bitter Ordeal. Don't get any Storm off of it, but... Oh, they also have the Lilianas, but we're just going to take the Nicole Bolas for now. Deal 2 damage. Then we'll Surgical Extraction, Liliana, Liliana, Liliana. So they don't have any other threats, right? So if we draw a land and get rid of these Ob Nixilises, our opponent cannot win the game. So as long as we draw land before they draw an Ob Nixilis, we don't have to do anything. We can just pass our turn, discard, our opponent can't win. So let's draw land before they draw discard or an Ob Nixilis. Well, there's Thoughtseize. Alright, well, they're drawn live to Ob Nixilis. They're going to start attacking us with their Ghost Quarter. Replays Ghost Quarter. Alright. Back to where we were before. We need a land before they draw discard or Ob Nixilis. And then they can nuke our lands all they want, and it doesn't matter. That is lowering our chance of drawing a land, though, every Ghost Quarter they hit us with. Down to 14. Replays Ghost Quarter. Come on. Land. 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 Alright, well, that's not the worst. It doesn't take care of our Ob Nixilis problem, but it does take care of this annoying Ghost Quarter problem. So if they Ghost Quarter us here, then we're just going to extract. Well, that doesn't work as good as we hoped. Land. There it is. That should do it. Unless they didn't have any counters, right? Ob Nixilis reignited. So let's just double check. Karn's shut off. Chandra's shut off. They don't have Artifact Destruction. We don't have non-basics. So our opponent literally cannot win the game. Oh. We just got to be aware of time. They replay Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter one of our lands. We'll keep going for now. They don't have any reach, so this isn't hurting us. And if we draw into more exile spells, we can win that way. Leyline of the Void. Sure. This is one of the more absurd matches I've ever played, in all honesty. Well, let's Surgical Extraction Ghost Quarter. Alright. No more left in their deck. Got our opponent down to 3. So we might actually kill them, even though we technically don't have to, because we exiled them out of the game. Slag Heap. Oh, what an absurd match. Extirpate the Ghost Quarter. Goes to 1 from the probe. We might be doing it. This might be working. Oh, we're so close. I don't think it matters. Our opponent literally can't win. I don't know why they're not scooping other than they're ahead in time, so scooping probably doesn't help them much. Alright, we just gotta hit any exile spell. Swamp, play it. This is like the dream scenario that you can actually exile every single threat. We exiled all the artifact removal, so we have Chandra and Karn shut down. Exiled Keranos, Nicol Bolas, all the Lianas, all the Ob Nixilises, and all the Ghost Quarters, which weren't going to beat us, but they were annoying us. They would have gotten us to no mana eventually. Ghost Quarter doesn't do it here, because they can just choose not to search. Extirpate does, though. Extirpate Thoughtseize, and we got the Psychogenic Probe kill. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, so sweet. Oh, this should not be working. I know I say that on a lot of Against the Odds, but I really mean it on this one. We should not be able to win with the Psychogenic Probe. Bring in the bridges in place of Mutilate. Alright, we'll keep this. This is seems reasonable. Hopefully you don't get hit by turn 1 discard. Well, at least we get to discard them back. And we are going to want to be aware of time. Time is becoming a factor. They do take Extraction. Well, we got more of those. Swamp. Let's Inquisition first. They have some really bad cards in this matchup. Wouldn't mind finding a Ghost Quarter in the near future. They peel a Thoughtseize. Take our Thoughtseize. Well, we peel a Thoughtseize. Take their Chandra. Just Thoughtseizing each other back and forth. The graveyard is nice and full for our extractions, should we draw them. Ooh, a Duress. Well, let's just play Crucible first, use our mana. We can always Duress in the future. Alright, let's Duress. And not take Keranos, unfortunately. I guess we just take the Vandal Blast. Pass the turn. We are going to have to find a way to get rid of Keranos. Keranos will beat us if it gets on the battlefield, and Needle doesn't help. Inquisition doesn't especially help, but we might as well cast it. Mostly worried about Keranos coming down. Oh, Lord. One more land and they get Keranos. Swamp. Ship the turn. Oh, we're just going to die to Keranos, aren't we? Inquisition takes our Needle. Come on, Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize right here. Alright, well, Ghost Quarter. Should we hit the basics, probably? Yeah, let's hit Basic Mountain. Come on, no lands. Whew. Alright, we dodged the bullet. Thoughtseize. Swamp. Alright, Ghost Quarter. Hit Blood Crypt. Oh. Come on, no land. No land. No land. Inquisition doesn't do anything. We are staying alive. Oh, Duress doesn't actually do it. It can't take Keranos. It can take Chandra. Alright, Ghost Quarter. Actually, let's just hit that. Yeah, that's better, because they need blue as well. So they can get their basic island, I believe. Alright, this is it. If they draw land this turn, then we probably lose. If not, then we should win. Alright, Liliana hurts us, but doesn't kill us. It is not a Keranos. It is beatable. Especially with Python Needle. Alright, Python Needle on Liliana. Ghost Quarter hit the island. I think they have one snow-covered swamp, and that should be all their basics. Alright, now they need to draw a... I guess they have one more shot at drawing the land here. Ooh, Coalition Relic actually really hurts us. That's going to let them play the Keranos. Well, let's probe. Hit the swamp. They have another? Oh, okay, they had one more than I thought. Well, here comes Keranos. The last card in hand, we couldn't get rid of it. So we might still just die to Keranos, in all honesty. Oh, what a crazy match. The good news is our opponent is down to 11. Should have been at 9. Apparently, we redirected to Liliana accidentally, which might actually be a big deal. So our opponent gets to resolve a Keranos, and now we just have to race the Keranos, essentially. Wow. They ripped a Vandal Blast, their last Vandal Blast. Oh my god. Oh my lord, what a ridiculous match to lose. That's insane. Wow. It was a crazy match, but we're gonna lose. Well, we get to Needle Karn. Oh, what a sad loss. I guess our hope is to draw probes and be able to extirpate a bunch of stuff. Our opponent found their Crucible, so they're going to be able to start getting their lands back. Wow. Oh, I'm just like stunned that our opponent managed to draw those cards in the right order. Well, that was something. Alright, wow. Well, we got one of them. That's the good news. We got one. Alright, against Odds Time, we are playing some Psychogenic Probe in Modern. This hand's actually pretty solid. Really solid, actually. We got the Probe, we got the Bridge. Let's lead on Inquisition. Whoa! Turn 1 win! Can't beat Inquisition, apparently. Sweet. Well, I guess we run it back, because I have no idea what we're up against. I don't know how you can keep a hand that scoops to turn 1 Inquisition. Alright, we'll keep. Island. Alright, let's see if we get it again. Turn 1 Inquisition. Scoop. Oh, I see. Well, we still get to screw them. Poor Zombie Hunt. Oh, well, that went well. Oh, alright. Sweet. Alright, against the odds, Psychogenic Probe in Modern. Deck that should not be winning that somehow manages to win. Prairie Stream. Well, we're going to need mana. This might be blue, white. Jeez. That's bad news. Oh my god. Swamp? Surgical Extraction. Alright, well, we can cast some of our stuff without colored mana, so that's good. Psychogenic Probe. Oh, everyone has to read that card. I did not realize this was a card until someone suggested it for Against Odds, and then it won the voting. Good lord. All the spreading seas. Come on, Swamp. Inquisition that we can't cast. Alright, another Probe. Yep, this is the Myria deck. Wall of Omens. Draws a card. Land. Ugh! This is bad. Jeez. Please Ghost Quarter us. Please. We would love to get a Swamp. Click. Alright. This feels bad, but get rid of the click. Please make us draw another card. Please. We need a Swamp so badly. They might want to get rid of Surgical Extraction. Oh my goodness. They get rid of Surgical Extraction, but we still whiff on a land. Well, they're going to play a Sun Titan, I bet, and then we're really in trouble. Oh, yeah. Yep, well, the mana screw is real on this one. I don't even think this is a bad matchup. Yeah. And it's a Ghost Quarter. Alright, I'm gonna scoop it up. Well, that was disappointing. I guess we can bring in Victim of Nights. Never-Ending Torment seems like it could be alright. Go down a Bitter Ordeal and a... That does seem like it beats him if we resolve it. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. Alright, try it like that. We have discard into probe into bridge. That's much better. We probably have to take a Spreading Seas if they have it, because we only have one swamp again. Sun Titan. So Amiri, Ghost Quarter, Prairie Stream, Sun Titan. We take the Lone Missionary. Ooh, Mutilate. Well, not good yet. Let's Psychogenic Probe. Wouldn't mind getting another swamp so we can beseech the Queen in a timely manner. Ratchet Bomb. Another Ghost Quarter. Maybe we just play Ensnaring Bridge. Can bring in Pithing Needle for game 3 to deal with Ratchet Bomb. Land, please, land. Extirpate. Alright, I guess we just gotta pass, unfortunately. Are they really just gonna ramp into Sun Titan? Wall of Omens, draws our opponent a card. Come on, land. Oh, no! Oh, this isn't happening to us. That's actually pretty annoying, come to think of it. Please, now our Cranial Extractions are offline. And now we draw the swamp, now that it's too late. Well, we can beseech the Queen. Question is, what are we getting? Urborg is interesting. On the other hand, if we take Crucible, we kind of force them to blow. Yeah, let's take Crucible. I think that's the best play. We take 2 from our probe. They tick up the Ratchet Bomb. Play another Ratchet Bomb. Yeah, I guess they Phantasmal Image the Wall of Omens. Problem is they're going to get a Sun Titan down, and we don't have an answer for that at the moment. Ghost Quarter Amiria. Opponent loses 2. Then we can play our Crucible, get our Ghost Quarter back, pass the turn. They're going to blow their Ratchet Bomb? Not yet. That ley line is... Oh, man, this has went wrong. Another Amiria. That means no Sun Titan, though. Now they're going to blow the Ratchet Bomb. Spreading Seas a Ghost Quarter. Alright. Can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. There's a swamp. Yeah, I guess we just passed for now. Takes up the Ratchet Bomb. Sun Titan, Ratchet Bomb. Alright, let's extirpate Ratchet Bomb. So they have a Leyline, another Sun Titan, and a Vendilion Click in hand. Well, we'd love to draw a land here. That would be the ultimate. Then we can Wrath the board and get rid of the Sun Titans. So, land. Please land. Alright, swamp. There we go. We can mutilate. Then we dismember Sun Titan. Then we extirpate Sun Titan. Also gets the 1 out of our opponent's hand. And 2 out of their deck. And we are left with basically nothing. And we can't target our opponent with any of this stuff, unfortunately. Flooded Strand. Ghost Quarter's our Ghost Quarter. We get a swamp. Take 2. They're probably going to click on draw step. Yep. Well, we got nothing going on anyway. We might just lose to this click, in all honesty. Ay. Yeah, we're going to lose to click, I think. They draw something else? Wall of Omens. Alright, that's just a redraw. We're going to need another Mutilate or some form of removal spell. Like Mutilate. Oh my god, their 1 draw was a negate? Oh, man. That's really unfortunate. Now we're even closer to being dead. Well, that was very unfortunate. And that does it. Aye! Leyline of Sanctity plus good running for our opponent. Recipe for disaster. Alright, against odds, probe time in Modern. Island and Ether Vial. This looks like Merfolk. Well, our best bet is probably to empty our hand in Ensnaring Bridge and hope that our opponent can't beat Ensnaring Bridge. Spreading Seas on our swamp. Alright, sure. Well, that means we get to resolve our Ensnaring Bridge, which is good. Alright, swamp, Ensnaring Bridge. I don't know if they can beat this main deck. Either way, it should buy us a lot of time. Alright, they're going to vial in a Lord, Master of the Pearl Trident, and attack with Mutavault. Another bridge. Alright, Ghost Quarter, dismember the Lord, and then get this Bitter Ordeal out of our hand. Dismembering the Lord might actually have been bad, because the Lord makes it harder for them to attack with their creatures. This has Gravestorm, so we get 2 copies, so they can't really just... They're going to Spell Pierce a copy of it. Alright, but we still get the Storm copy. So if they have an out to Ensnaring Bridge, that's what we're taking. They do not have an out. I don't even know. I don't know if it matters. I guess Spreading Seas? None of those cards are too threatening. We just want to get empty-handed. If we can get empty-handed, then we should be able to win. Mutavault. Mutavault. Attacks with both. Do they have a Lord to Violin? No. Alright. Come on, land. Psychogenic Probe. Beseech the Queen. I think we're just getting a Ghost Quarter. Beseech the Queen for Ghost Quarter. Play Ghost Quarter. Pass the turn. Ghost Quarter. Activates Mutavault. Activates Mutavault. I think we take 4 here. They're going to Violin a Lord. So we're going to take 6. And then we just got to get empty-handed. I don't think we can Ghost Quarter. I think we need to keep our mana. Well, land here should win us the game. We just need the land. Come on, land. Alright, there we go. Now we get to play a second bridge, play a Psychogenic Probe, and we are out of the danger zone. Now they're going to have to like be able to kill their own lords, I think, to be able to attack. Curse Catcher, sure. Can't attack. Yep, alright. No search. We're down to land. Draw land. Pass the turn. So we don't want to kill the lords. That was a mistake to kill the lord earlier. But we will probably dismember something just to get empty-handed. Because we saw their deck and they do not have any outs to bridge. And we're ahead on cards, so 44 turns from now. No, hopefully we draw one of our searching cards and that'll take care of the problem. Now let's just dismember this Curse Catcher. Alright, they sack it. Play the Swamp. Well, buckle up, boys and girls. It might be a long one. I think we win. I think we're basically guaranteed to win. Just a matter of how long it takes us to get there. And it might be a while. Reasonable chance we have to play through our entire deck. Just keep drawing swamps, which doesn't really matter. They keep ticking up their Ether Vial. They're up to 6. Alright, let's cast Bitter Ordeal. Actually, let's Ghost Quarter a Mutavault. And our opponent scoops it up! Yes! We got there! Alright, bring in all of our removal, I believe. Cranial Extraction, Memoricide, Neverending Torment. I think. Try it like that. Alright. We got some probes. They have Curse Catcher, Ether Vial, alright. That's not bad. And we got Dismembers. Well, this isn't looking bad, actually. So, step 1, take Lord of Atlantis. There's the Spreading Seas, as predicted. That's alright. Ooh, Ghost Quarter. Alright, let's just Thought Seize, get rid of that other Lord. Well, on second thought, maybe we just take a Silvergill, because that lets them draw cards. And we can just kill the Reedry with a Dismember. We don't want them chaining Silvergills back into the game. That could be a way they could get out of this. Violin the Silvergill, cast Reedry. They do get to draw a card. There's Reedry. Well, let's just kill it. Paying some life, but let's do it. Let's Inquisition, make sure there's nothing left in the hand. Harbinger of Tides, Ghost Quarter, and Psychogenic Probe. Pass the turn. So our opponent is out of action. There's a Darkslick Shores. They drew a Lord? They did. That's a big draw. So we're taking 6. Yeah, this is a little scary. And we can't cast Victim of Night. Actually, maybe we should dismember this right now. Just in case they draw like a Spell Pierce or something. That was a big draw. They drew another Lord. Silvergill's pretty good. Well, our opponent drew pretty well there. Now I think we're going to drop to 2 here. And we're essentially dead. Oh, man. Runner, runner, runner! Alright. Yeah? Well, we got him empty-handed, but our opponent drew some good cards in a row. Curse of Deathhold still doesn't seem good enough. I think it's too slow. Let's run it back. Alright, game 3 against Merfolk. Alright, Alright. Well, if we draw lands, this could be solid. What's the one drop? Curse Catcher or Ether Vial? Curse Catcher. That's actually the worst of the two. Land? Extirpates aren't good until we get things in the graveyard. Come on, lands! Now we need 5 lands for Mutilate, or a way to get rid of Curse Catcher. Well, that's a good sign that this wasn't just a Lord. Oh, the nightmare. No discard, all surgical extractions. Yeah, that's scary. Feeling a little bad about where we're at now. Alright, let's pass. Discard Sadistic Sacrament. Fires up Mutavault. Well, let's... I would like to dismember Mutavault. Yeah, let's dismember Mutavault. Oh, they have Spell Pierce? Aye. Surgical Extraction, the Spell Pierce. Mostly just to empty our hand. They are going to set Curse Catcher. Alright, that's good. That's good. That gives us stuff to do next turn. Even if we don't draw land. They must have another Spell Pierce in hand. I don't know why else they would play it that way. Not a land. Alright, let's... Surgical Extraction, Spell Pierce. Their hand is double Lord of Atlantis, Mirror Reedry, Harbinger of Tides, 2 Hurkyl's Recalls. And Recall is their way to get out from under our Ensnaring Bridge. Alright, so let's take all the Spell Pierces. Pass the turn, unfortunately. Man, we're going to lose because we can't draw lands. There's Reedry. Alright, we need a land here, severely. There it is. Alright. That's good. So now we get to Drown in Sorrow. We'll leave the land on top. Gets rid of Reedry. Lord of Atlantis. Sowing Swamp into Mutilate. Get rid of Lord of Atlantis. There's the Lord of Atlantis. So another land would be good here. Ghost Quarter would be sweet too. What we got to do is get in a position where we can Ensnaring Bridge, survive a Hurkyl's, extirpate the Hurkyl's. How do we do this? Alright, I think the plan is Beseech the Queen, get an Inquisition our opponent, take a Hurkyl's Recall, hope we draw land next turn. That's the deciding factor of whether or not we win or lose this game. If we peel a land, we win. Because we can extirpate the Hurkyl's, play Ensnaring Bridge, and then the game's over. If we don't draw land, then we're in trouble. Because we're going to have a hard time staying low enough on cards to survive this Lord of Atlantis. So it all comes down to this. I mean, the odds of drawing land are not bad. We've only drawn 4. We have 25 in the deck, so there's 21 out of our 45 cards are lands. And any one of them will win us this game. So we cross our fingers and hope. Oh! Oh no! Oh, now we lose. Oh, we were so close. Extirpate Hurkyl's, Ensnaring Bridge, but they can still attack with that 2/2 Lord. Oh, well, that was really close. And there's the land, the next card. All right, against odds, a Psychogenic Probe in Modern. I guess a Black Source or an Urborg would be our best draws. Steam Vents, tapped. Young Pyromancer. Ooh, Inquisition's not bad. Actually, let's just Ghost Quarter and Psychogenic Probe, and then Inquisition next turn, most likely. Down to 16, our opponent goes. If we can resolve a Mutilate, we're probably in good shape. But that requires a land, and getting around our opponent's counterspells. Ooh, Extraction's interesting. Well, let's lead on Inquisition. Opponent's going to go with Remand. Sure. They get another token. We get our Inquisition back. Then we just Inquisition again. Negate, Remand, Roast. Well, I think we take the Negate, and then just Surgical Extraction the Remand. So our opponent's a Delver deck. We have Delvers. How many counters do they have left? Oh, they have 2 leaks. Alright. Well, we are likely good to resolve a Mutilate if we draw the land. Puts our opponent to 14, thanks to the shuffle with Psychogenic Probe. Roast is a dead card against us. Come on, land. There's a swamp. Alright, let's just Mutilate. Get rid of the Pyromancer and the token. Ship the turn back. Ooh, another probe. Alright, I guess we play another Psychogenic Probe. Then we got Memoricide in Sadistic Sacrament to start hitting our opponent. Another swamp. Alright, let's just go with... Let's go Memoricide. Probably go after Snapcaster. I think that's the most scary card. They have a Roast and Pluto Delta in hand. We get rid of all 4 Snapcasters. So we'll take the Snapcasters, deal 4. We're getting close. We are getting close. Sadistic Sacraments, another 4 next turn. Serum Visions. They leave both on top too. Whew. Well, as long as they can't counter the Sacrament. And they can't. Ooh, that's a good draw. Well, let's Sadistic Sacrament. Forces our opponent to shuffle, so we ruin their Serum Vision Scry. And we get to exile 3 more cards. Take Electrolyze, Lightning Bolt. Puts our opponent to 6, and we have the Surgical Extraction, so we need 1 more shuffle effect. And we got there! Sweet! Psychogenic Probe getting it done against Delver. Well, this seems like a good Drowned in Sorrow and Curse of Deathhold matchup. Alright, well, we got a removal spell, got a couple extra paid effects, and a Bitter Ordeal, which could be good eventually. Delver. Well, do we have to just pay 4 life to kill the Delver? I guess we can wait till our opponent's upkeep, see if it flips. Flips with Electrolyze? Alright. Let's kill it. 4 life isn't great, but... Serum Visions. I think we want to just... Surgical Extraction, yeah. I think we want to get the probe down first. So let's go Psychogenic Probe. And now we can try to extract the Delver. Delver, 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 Delver. And their hand is Electrolyze, Fork Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Tarn, Click. That Click will be a problem. We are going to have to kill the Click. Cracks the Tarn. Yeah, they lose 4 life, 5 life in the process, down to 13. Probes down to 11. Our opponent is being a little risky with their life total. They're just going to click right now. Yep, there's the click. Thoughtseize. Not exactly a removal spell. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, I guess we get the bridge down. And then next turn, we should be able to get pretty close to empty-handed. Bolts us down to 11. Serum Visions. Probes. Yep. Crucible. We don't have a Ghost Quarter yet. Alright, so land. Thoughtseize our opponent. Snapcaster Mage. Bitter Ordeal targeting our opponent. We might just have to take Smash. Alright. Opponent can't attack us. They have 4 points of burn in their hand. Fork Bolt, down to 4. Electrolyze. Down to 2. Oh, we gotta hope they whiff on burn and Snapcasters for a while. Well, there's Crucible. And a Swamp. Pass the turn. And they drew it. Alright, alright. I think we're keeping it... Well, let's bring in a Duress and keep it basically the same. Way more lands than we really want, but we get to turn 1 Thoughtseize to take a Delver or something. They have a Smash and a Delver. Well, let's take the Delver, and we basically leave our opponent with nothing either. Watch them untap, play a Delver. Oh, I would cry. Seriously? Oh, wait. Tarn? Tarn. Man, we might extract that Scalding Tarn, actually. They have 3 Scalding Tarns. Yeah, let's do it. Tarn. 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 I don't know, maybe that was silly. They still have enough lands that doesn't hurt them severely. Delta. And passes. Bitter Ordeal. Not going to play that yet. We'd like to use that with a Ghost Quarter, and maybe more. Just bolts our face, down to 15. Ooh, that's an interesting one. That locks out a lot of their creatures, so if we can resolve Curse of Death's Hold, they're going to have to go on the burn plan. Snapcaster for the bolt. Alright, that's fine. It puts us to 12, which is annoying, but we get to kill the Snapcaster and definitely resolve Curse of Death's Hold, which locks out 100% of their creatures. Alright, Curse of Death's Hold, get rid of the Snapcaster. Creatures our opponent controls get -1, -1. So that's even better than Ensnaring Bridge in this matchup, when they literally cannot resolve a creature. So now we just have to get rid of the burn, is the goal. Extraction. Alright, and our opponent isn't really putting us under too much pressure. Another Ghost Quarter. Whoo! So if we can draw probes, we're going to be able to Bitter Ordeal for a ton. Serum Visions. Bottom, top. Forked Bolt. Steam Vents. So we know their hand. It's that Smash to Smithereens. Another Bitter Ordeal. Well, let's just surgically extract Fork Bolt. Makes our opponent shuffle. Gets rid of a burn spell. They might have another copy. I don't remember. They do have one more. Creatures don't matter. They all die. They have a few counters to be aware of. 3 Lightning Bolts. 2 Electrolyzes. And that's it? Well, maybe we go with one of these. Maybe we go with this right now. When you cast a spell, copy it for each permanent put into a graveyard this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies. Alright. So let's Ghost Quarter Steam Vents. And Ghost Quarter Steam Vents. And then just Bitter Ordeal our opponent. This would be so much better with Psychogenic Probe. We'd deal 10 damage, but just exiling all of their burn should win us the game in this scenario. Same targets on all of them, so we're going to get to exile 5 cards. And it would be 5 shuffles because they all resolve independently. So we want to get rid of Lightning Bolt, get rid of Lightning Bolt, get rid of Lightning Bolt, get rid of Electrolyze, and Electrolyze, and I think we cannot lose. So we might have to play until our opponent runs out of cards, but I don't think we can lose this game. And eventually we'll get our Crucible. Well, they'll kill our Crucible. Eventually we'll get Discard to get rid of that last Smash, and then Crucible. Probes. Well, this isn't exactly how we drew it up, winning without the probe, but sometimes you can just exile all of your opponent's relevant things, which is pretty much what we've done here. Yeah, let's Duress, get rid of that Smash. That does represent damage. Opponent's going to negate it. Alright, sure. If we never play an artifact, they can't smash it anyway. But we would like to play our probes eventually to actually win with them. Alright, Snapcaster immediately dies. Opponent's going to flashback the Fork Bolt. Well, unfortunately for our opponent, they are out of burn now. They literally, unless I miss something, all their burn is exiled, and all their creatures are done. Alright, Ghost Quarter, pass. We're not going to do the Bitter Ordeal thing yet. This deck has led to some really absurd games. Every game we've played has been incredibly absurd, and we got it. We are winning some, though. Oh my god, so many absurd games with this deck. Oh my lord, so what did we learn this week? First off, Psychogenic Probe is a little better than it looks. It is actually pretty sweet. It does nothing on its own, and you gotta play a lot of really janky cards to make it work, but we did kill someone, and kind of multiple people, with Psychogenic Probe. There's not really many ways to build the deck, because there aren't that many ways to force your opponent to shuffle their library. Like, yes, if you get a Psychogenic Probe down early enough, an opponent will take some amount of damage from cracking fetches and stuff, but no one is stupid enough just to fetch themselves to death with a Psychogenic Probe on the battlefield. That's just not going to happen. So we had to play a lot of crazy cards, and it kind of worked. Like, we were sort of a weird lock deck. Some of our wins, we just got rid of everything relevant in our opponent's deck with our extirpates and our surgical extractions, and then at our leisure, we would eventually Psychogenic Probe our opponent to death. I like the Crucible of Worlds Ghost Quarter lock. The problem with that, though, is eventually our opponents will just stop searching their library, so that's even not a guaranteed win. Like, yes, sooner or later we can run them out of lands and get them on no mana, but we don't really have a way to punish them for that, except for eventually our Never-Ending Torment, which would finish it off. So overall, the deck was way better than I thought. Our record was 6 wins and 7 losses. However, I don't know if that's how fair that is. 2 of those wins were our turn 1 wins against Zombie Hunt, where our opponent just had no chance. But then at the same time, 2 of our losses were in games where we really could have won. Like, I think we could have won the first match. If our opponent didn't draw that Karn at the perfect time, we should have won that match. Like, they had 1 turn, essentially, to draw a Karn, or a short number of turns, and they drew it. Then in the Merfolk match in Game 3, if we had drawn a land, we would have won, thanks to Ensnaring Bridge, or very likely would have won. The only match that I really felt outmatched in was the blue-white Emiria deck, and that was mostly because of the Leyline of Sanctity. I don't think that's really a bad matchup. I think it's actually a pretty reasonable matchup because they're a graveyard-based deck, and we have so many surgical extraction effects. I think we could have won. But they had the Leyline, and we had some really bad mana issues. So I felt like we were competitive in basically every game. We won 2 matches, including the one over Delver. We came extremely close to winning 2 more. So for some reason, this deck actually feels competitive. The thing that I like the most about it is Ensnaring Bridge is really powerful, but some decks have outs to Ensnaring Bridge. Our deck makes it so Ensnaring Bridge is absolutely absurd because we can exile those outs. Like, when we Sadistic Sacrament, take the Vandal Blast, then play an Ensnaring Bridge, it's a way to really lock opponents out of the game. So I'm interested in exploring that synergy more. Like, I like the idea of this lock deck that not only could play a Blood Moon or play an Ensnaring Bridge, but also can back that up with Inquisitions, Thought Seizes, Extirpates, and maybe the Cranial Extraction / Memoricides to get rid of our opponent's outs to our hate cards. So I think if you could somehow smash all that stuff together, like a free win red / Psychogenic Probe mashup, it could be on to something in our current Modern format. Anyway, overall, just under 50% game win percentage, match win percentage, a little bit worse. We won 2 out of the 5, but that's, again, including the Zombie Hunt freebie. So anyway, I think it was pretty sweet. The deck is really unique and really fun to play, so it's definitely worth checking out. Make sure to check out the website, mtggoldfish.com, Decks, Prices, Metagame Strategy. That's where you'll find the article for this Against the Odds. You will find the poll for the next Against the Odds. Tons of great content by myself and other people. And if you enjoyed the videos for a Psychogenic Probe in Modern, make sure to click the subscribe button that is sitting down at the bottom of your screen. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and I will talk to you soon.